Page 449. Science and Superstitions. WBTA Set 11. Points. Introduction. Various superstitions. What is superstition? Conclusion. Superstition must be given a permanent farewell. Science, like art, is concerned with the quest for truth and reality. Side by side, it works for the betterment of humanity. In its search for knowledge and truth, science weighs WEIGH's evidence. It refuses to accept superstition. Superstition, SUPERSTITION, is a belief without reason. It thrives on ignorance. Many men are superstitious. Some consider number 13 unlucky. Some believe in ghosts and spirits. For some, the noise made by a lizard is ominous. If someone sneezes or calls from behind, it is considered a bad omen by some. The cry of an owl or a raven is inauspicious. A comet is a portent, and so on. People attribute their failures to these superstitions. For example, a man sets out on a business and a black cat crosses his path. If the man fails on his mission, he curses the black cat. A dog howls before a door and superstitious people think that someone in the area will die soon. A new bride is considered to be good luck. To see a washerman's donkey at dawn is a sign of good luck. On the other hand, meeting a widow while beginning a journey is considered unlucky. Ironically, even educated persons wear gems to ensure good fortune. Superstition means a faith which is unfounded. Superstitions are the creations of whimsical and disturbed minds. They destroy our self-confidence. They dampen our will to work. They tend to weaken the scientific approach to life. We have to encourage the power of reasoning to combat them. A scientific-minded person has no faith in silly superstitions. Superstitions can be dispelled only with the spread of education and scientific spirit. But the scientific spirit must go deep into our social system and change our attitude from within. We should remember that the scientific way of life is bound to triumph. As Rabindranath Tagore put it, we must get rid of, quote, dead habits, unquote, if we want to enjoy freedom. Word notes: superstitions, kusanskar, portent, kulokkon, unfounded, bhittihin, ironically, বিবিধ বিড়ম্বনা ভাগ্যের পরিহাস, whimsical, খামখেয়ালি, ignorance, অজ্ঞতা, get rid of, মুক্তি পাওয়া, self-confidence, আত্মবিশ্বাস. The profession you wish to choose, or your aim in life, or if you were a scientist. Points. Introduction. Reasons for choice. Aim of science. Task of a genuine scientist. Conclusion. The correct choice of profession is very important today. Scientific inventions and innovations are always the main forces that drive the progress of human civilization. Hence, I dream of becoming a scientist. There are, of course, some reasons for my choice. Firstly, before scientific inventions, our lives were laborious and full of hardships. Blessed by science, man no more laments with Shakespeare cologne, as flies to wanton boys are we to the gods. They kill us for their sport. Science works for the betterment of humanity. With all the gadgets, GADGETS, at our disposal, it has revolutionized everyday life. Science has made the world more hospitable. A scientist's principal aim is to promote the welfare of humanity. Science makes use of the natural resources for social welfare. As a scientist, I shall not fail in this role. Science develops curiosity and sharpens human faculties. The scientific mind questions, investigates, and records the inferences to carry the scientific process forward. A genuine scientist is creative, constructive, and highly responsible. To him, there is no place for sentiments and dogmas. I dream of becoming a scientist so that I may make an enduring contribution towards the progress of humanity. I believe that every dream is attainable if the dreamer works tirelessly to realize it. Word notes: innovation, INNOVATION, উদ্ভাবন, human faculties, মানবিক ক্ষমতাগুলি. 4. Paragraphs on environment. Some expressions conducive to writing paragraphs on environmental pollution. 1. When we talk of the environment, we usually mean the soil, water, and air around us. These elements are linked to one another in a delicate balance. Today, this balance is threatened and jeopardized mainly because of man's greed. আমরা যখন পরিবেশের কথা বলি তখন সাধারণত মাটি, জল ও বায়ুর কথাই বলি। পেজ 450। এগুলির একে অপরটির সঙ্গে সম্পর্কের সূক্ষ্ম ভারসাম্য আছে। এই ভারসাম্য আজ এক সংকটের মুখে দাঁড়িয়ে, যার প্রধান কারণ মানুষের লোভ। 2. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, quote, "The earth has enough for everybody's needs, but not for everybody's greed," unquote, stop. But we have not paid any heed to this warning. মহাত্মা গান্ধীর কথায় পৃথিবীর কাছে সবার প্রয়োজন মেটানোর মতো যথেষ্ট রসদ আছে, কিন্তু সকলের লোভ মেটানোর মতো নেই। আমরা এই সাবধান বাণীতে কোনো আমল দিইনি। 3. The World Environment Day is observed on the 5th of June every year. On that day, a lot of fuss is made about the need to protect the environment, but we go on plundering the earth, driven by our greed. প্রতি বছর 5 জুন বিশ্ব পরিবেশ দিবস পালন করা হয়। ওই দিন পরিবেশ রক্ষার গুরুত্ব নিয়ে অনেক শোরগোল হয়, কিন্তু আমরা লোভের দ্বারা চালিত হয়ে পৃথিবীকে লুণ্ঠন করেই চলি। 4. The environment has become heavily polluted with the introduction of contaminants in soil, water and air. This is causing instability and disorder, threatening all life forms plant, animal and human. মাটি, জল ও বায়ুতে দূষণকারী পদার্থগুলির অনুপ্রবেশ ঘটার কারণে পরিবেশ দূষিত হয়েছে। এই পরিবেশ দূষণের কারণে উদ্ভিদ, প্রাণী ও মানুষ সব রকম জীবের মধ্যেই একটা অস্থিরতা দেখা দিয়েছে। 5. Soil pollution occurs when soil loses its structure and also its biological and chemical properties. It happens due to the overuse of man-made chemicals like pesticides and fertilizers. Soil pollution results in cancer, leukemia, LEUKAEMIA, and skin problems. যখন মাটির গঠন ভেঙে পড়ে ও তার জৈবিক ও রাসায়নিক গুণ নষ্ট হয়ে যায়, তখন সেই মাটি দূষিত হয়। এর কারণ মনুষ্য সৃষ্ট রাসায়নিক ও সারের ব্যবহার। মাটির দূষণ থেকে ক্যান্সার, লিউকেমিয়া ও চর্মরোগ হয়। 6. Discharge of untreated wastes, WASTES, dumping of industrial effluent, EFFLUENT, and runoff from agricultural fields cause water pollution. Increasing use of synthetic and organic substances also contribute to it. অপরিশোধিত বর্জ্য নিষ্ক্রমণ, কারখানার নোংরা জল জমা হওয়া, চাষের জমি থেকে নির্গত জল, এগুলি জল দূষণ করে। কৃত্রিম ও জৈব পদার্থের ক্রমবর্ধমান ব্যবহারও জল দূষণের কারণ। Environmental pollution. Points. Introduction. Soil pollution, water pollution, air pollution. Conclusion. When we talk of the environment, we usually mean the soil, water, and the air around us. These elements are linked to one another in a delicate balance. Today, this balance is threatened and jeopardized mainly because of man's greed. Man exploits the environment ruthlessly for his insatiable, INSATIABLE, greed. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, quote, "The earth has enough for everybody's needs, but not for everybody's greed," unquote. Stop. We have not paid any heed to these words. The World Environment Day is observed on the 5th of June every year. On that day, a lot of cacophony, CACOPHONY, is made about the need to protect the environment, but driven by our greed, we go on plundering the earth. The environment has become heavily polluted with the introduction of contaminants in soil, water, and air. This is causing instability and disorder and threatening all life forms, plant, animal, and human, to the point of extinction. Soil pollution occurs when soil loses its structure along with biological and chemical properties. It happens due to the overuse of man-made chemicals like pesticides and fertilizers. Soil pollution results in cancer, leukemia, and skin problems. Discharge of untreated waste, dumping of industrial effluent, and runoff from agricultural fields cause water pollution. use of polluted water by means of drinking, bathing, and washing clothes results in a lot of bacterial infections and diseases causing typhoid, cholera, paratyphoid, dysentery, etc. Smoke released from factories, buses, lorries, and other vehicles adds to air pollution. Air pollution causes various respiratory troubles. Relentless deforestation is reducing the amount of oxygen in the atmosphere. The sword, S-W-O-R-D, of Damocles, decapital A-M-O-C-L-E-S, is hanging over her head. Without environmental awareness and mass effort, such a serious problem can hardly be solved. We must remember, by way of destroying ecological balance in our environment, we threaten our very own existence. Word notes: environment, poribesh, elements, prakritik upadan, jeopardized, shankatpurno kora, greed, lobe, insatiable, অপ্রশমনীয়, plundering, লুণ্ঠন করা, ফাউল, নোংরা করা, লিউকেমিয়া, রক্তে শ্বেতকণিকার আধিক্য ঘটিত রোগ, ডিসচার্জ, নির্গত হওয়া, আনট্রিটেড, অপরিশোধিত, ইনফেকশন, সংক্রমণ, equipped, প্রয়োজনীয় সরঞ্জামে সজ্জিত, existence, অস্তিত্ব, plundered, লুণ্ঠন করেছে, organic, জৈব, inorganic, অজৈব, degrades, নষ্ট করে. Global warming and its remedies, WBTS, set 10. Points. Introduction. What is global warming? Impact of global warming. Remedies to mitigate global warming. Conclusion. Global warming is the observed and projected increase or decrease in the average temperature of the Earth's atmosphere and oceans. Global warming is a part of the cycle that will end in another ice age. Due to deforestation and industrialization, air is being highly polluted, and this leads to global warming. Average global land and sea temperatures are rising. The glaciers, GLS, and permafrosts, PERMAFROSTS, are melting. Ice in the North and South Poles is melting rapidly. The Gangotri, G capital ANGOTRI, glacier in the Himalayas, which is the source of water for the river Ganga, is retreating at a speed of about 30 meters every year. If this warming trend continues, it will melt more rapidly. Then the sea levels will rise, causing coastal areas to be flooded. Page 451. This can lead to land and food shortage for many countries. A 1-degree rise in temperature causes a fall in the rice, wheat, and corn production by 10%. Because of global warming and deforestation, animals like the polar bear and the penguin are becoming extinct. Altogether, 9 of the world's 17 major fishing grounds are declining at an alarming rate. But we can avert these dangerous consequences if we can check the present rate of emission of poisonous greenhouse gases. It is the duty of all the nations to treat global warming with serious concern. Para. Large-scale tree plantation is an answer to global warming. A single tree can absorb 1 ton of carbon dioxide in its lifetime. To save our environment is not merely our duty, but the only means to protect ourselves. Word notes: global, বিশ্বব্যাপী, deforestation, বনভূমি ধ্বংস করা, industrialization, শিল্পায়ন, the Maldives, মালদ্বীপ, crusaders, নিরলস প্রতিবাদকারী. 5. Paragraphs on travel accounts and nature. Some expressions conducive to writing paragraphs on travel accounts and nature. 1. Life is a festival we celebrate. জীবন একটা উৎসব যা আমরা উদযাপন করি. 2. WERE singing in a chorus. সমস্বরে গান গাইছিল. 3. Was a feast to my eyes. দৃষ্টিনন্দন ছিল. 5. Call for special appreciation. বিশেষ উল্লেখের দাবি রাখে. 6. Sweet smile, মধুর হাসি. 7. They laid bare, BRE, their treasure before me. আমাদের সামনে তাদের ঐশ্বর্য মেলে দিল. 8. Away with time, away with corrupt world. চুলোয় যাক সময়, চুলোয় যাক দুর্নীতিপরায়ণ পৃথিবী. 9. Life flows by like a song. জীবন একটা গানের মতো বয়ে যায়. 10. I forgot myself dash, forgot the fever and fret of daily life. আমি ভুলে গেলাম নিজেকে, ভুলে গেলাম প্রতিদিনকার জীবনের দুঃখ কষ্ট. 11. Spent some wonderful hours. খানিকটা বিস্ময়কর সময় কাটালাম. 12. I saw the moon climb up the sky. আমি চাঁদকে আকাশে উঠতে দেখলাম. 13. Opens up a wider vista. দূরপ্রসারী মানসিক দৃষ্টি খুলে দেয়. 14. One cannot but feel that poetry of earth is never dead. একজন অনুভব না করে পারে না যে প্রকৃতির কবিতা ফুরাতে পারে না. 15. A deep peace pervades everywhere. এক গভীর শান্তি সর্বত্র বিরাজ করে. 16. The real world opens to me. সত্যিকারের জগৎ আমার সামনে খুলে যায়. 17. This scene gives me a feeling of great peace. এই দৃশ্য আমাকে দারুণ শান্তির অনুভূতি দেয়. 18. Every moment is a new revelation. প্রতি মুহূর্তে এক নতুন উপলব্ধি. 19. My mind is conscious, but conscious of nothing. আমার মন সচেতন কিন্তু নির্দিষ্ট কোনো ব্যাপারে সচেতন নয়. 20. The sea was glassy and calm. GLASSY CALM. সমুদ্র ছিল চকচকে ও শান্ত. 21. Darkness succeeded daylight. দিনের আলো চলে যাবার পর অন্ধকার ঘনিয়ে এলো. 22. The only wisdom we can hope to acquire is the wisdom of humility. আমরা কেবল নম্রতার জ্ঞান অর্জন করার আশাই করতে পারি. 23. The woods are very fair to look at from without and seem full of singing birds and sweet-scented flowers. বাইরে থেকে বনভূমি লাগে চমৎকার, পাখির গানে ও সুগন্ধি ফুলে পরিপূর্ণ. 24. In the jungle, there is true music of nature, the song of birds, the whisper of leaves, stop. জঙ্গলে আছে প্রকৃতির সত্যিকারের সঙ্গীত, পাখির গান, পাতাদের ফিসফিসানি. 25. Ladakh has a vibrantly living landscape. লাদাখ এক দারুণভাবে জীবন্ত নিসর্গ চিত্র. 26. It is so marvelous that I experience a tremendous high that does not desert me. এটা এতই চমৎকার যে আমি দারুণ এক নেশা উপলব্ধি করি যা আমার মন জুড়ে থাকে। 27. Merriment, MERRIMENT, is the sunny side of existence. আনন্দ অস্তিত্বের উজ্জ্বল দিক। 28. The air is like a butterfly / with frail blue wings / the happy earth looks at the sky / and sings. Joyce Kilmer, KILMER. বাতাস ভঙ্গুর নীল ডানাযুক্ত একটি প্রজাপতি সুখী পৃথিবী তাকায় আকাশের দিকেও গান গায়। 29. Joy spreads everywhere / there is no evil, no despair. Walter May. আনন্দ সব জায়গায় ছড়িয়ে আছে, কোথাও নেই কষ্ট দুঃখ। 30. There is music in all things if man had ears. The earth is but the music of the spheres. Stevenson. মানুষের কান থাকলে শুনতে পেত সবকিছুর মধ্যেই সঙ্গীত আছে, পৃথিবী গগনে ধ্বনিত গান। 31. There is a true music of nature / the song of birds / the whisper of leaves / the ripple of waters upon a sandy shore. John Lubbock, LUBBOCK. প্রকৃতির আছে সত্যিকারের সঙ্গীত, পাখির গান, পাতাদের ফিসফিসানি, বালুকাময় চরে জলের বিন্দু। Page 452. 32. Tender is the night, John Keats, Komol Ratri. 33. Therefore am I still / a lover of the meadows and the woods / and mountains. William Wordsworth. সেই কারণে আমি এখনো প্রস্তর, বন ও পর্বতকে ভালোবাসি। 34. The night was chilly but not dark. S.T. Coleridge. রাত্রি ঠান্ডা ছিল কিন্তু অন্ধকারাচ্ছন্ন নয়। A river scene witnessed by you. Points. Introduction. Various scenes, your feelings, impact on your mind. Conclusion. A great river flows on without a moment's rest. It has rolled on for ages and it will roll on forever. The sight of a great river, especially in the evening, is heavenly. A few days ago, I spent some wonderful evening hours by the Ganga. The water heaved and swelled, during high tide, shining brightly in the silver moonlight. I found a boat slowly making its way, splashing its oars, and a steamer ahead of it. I hired a boat and went for a joy ride. I noticed temples, houses, gardens, and factories on both banks. In the stillness of night, the riverside is a very nice place for contemplation. Deep silence prevailed everywhere. I could hear only the rippling of the waters, the sighing of the night wind. Only the splash of oars broke the stillness. Once in a while, a boatman would sing a song, stirring my heart like never before. From the fret and fever, of the daily life, I was transported into a world where there was only stillness and peace. Sitting by the river that night, I had a sudden flash of realization that I was sitting by the stream of time, T-capital. The river had been a silent witness to the twists, twists and turns of history. The wisdom I acquired from a river is of endless humility. The wisdom I acquired from a river is of endless humility. Humility. This was the lesson I came back home with that night. Word notes, rolled on, boye choleche, heaved and swelled, ota pora koreche, quay, quay, ghat, descending, namche, pichesi, pitchersy, kolshi, corpse, corpsc, মৃতদেহ, cremated, দাহ করা হচ্ছিল, laden, ভর্তি ছিল, splendor, সৌন্দর্য, stream of time, সময়ের স্রোত. An early morning scene, 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 seen by you. Points, introduction, enjoying beauty of a morning, enjoying scenic beauty during morning walk, conclusion. I am not an early riser. The proverb, quote, early to bed and early to rise, unquote, seems to be very outdated. My parents often scold and rebuke me for waking up late. But one fine morning, to the astonishment of my parents, I woke up quite early. Dawn succeeded night. The sun had not yet appeared in the eastern sky. Only a reddish glow was visible. I reclined in a garden chair and watched the sun slowly rising from the horizon. The air was fresh, pure, and a pleasure to breathe. The sky was clear and blue. Chirping, chirping of the birds from a nearby park filled my ears. I felt music in the air, in the skies, in the trees. I remembered the words of Keats, K-E-A-T-S, quote, hard melodies are sweet, but those unheard / are sweeter, unquote, stop. I listened to nature's music intently. A blissful solitude prevailed. This solitude deepened my awareness of life. I felt that all was right with the world. Then I went out for a walk. Our locality is famous for its park. Many people were walking in the park. A cool breeze below. The green leaves of the trees whispered in the wind. I think there's a printing mistake. A cool breeze blew, B-L-E-W. The green leaves of the trees whispered in the wind. The birds had already left their nests and were flying in every direction. The sunrise was glorious. On the way back, I witnessed a lot of activities. There were some people busy with various exercises. In another corner, a yoga teacher was teaching yoga exercises. Some youths, wearing white shirts and khaki, K-H-A-K-I shorts, were learning martial, M-A-R-T-I-A-L, arts. This early morning scene brushed away the cobwebs, C-O-B-W-E-B-S, of my mind. I had tasted the elixir, E-L-I-X-I-R, of life. Since then, I have become a votary, V-O-T-A-R-Y, of early rising. Rebuke, বকাঝকা করা, astonishment, বিস্ময়, surrendered, সমর্পণ করলাম, intently, মনোযোগ দিয়ে, solitude, একাকিত্ব, এলিক্সির, সব রকমের রোগ সারাতে সক্ষম যে ওষুধ, ভোটারি, যে কোনো ব্যক্তি বা জিনিসের প্রবল সমর্থক। A visit to a historical place of importance. Points: Introduction, Destination, Murshidabad, Historical Monuments, Conclusion. A visit to a historical place of interest, always has an educative value, besides providing pleasure. I had a chance to visit Murshidabad, the ancient capital of undivided Bengal. The place still breathes an aura, A-U-R-A, of antiquity, A-N-T-I-Q-U-I-T-Y. I was fascinated to see the historical tombs, mosques, and palaces. I first visited the Sabji Katra Mosque. It is one of the most splendid buildings of the Nawab of Bengal by Murshid Quli Khan. It is one of the most splendid buildings of the Nawabi Bengal, built by Murshid Quli Khan. I went to see the great Jahan Kosha, K-O-S-H-A, Canon, C-A-N-O-N, next. It was built in 1614 by a Bengali artisan, Jonardon Kormokar, and weighs more than 700 tons. It shows that metallurgy, M-E-T-A-L-L-U-R-G-Y, skills were of very high quality in Bengal. We also visited the famous Hazarduari Palace Museum, built by Nawab Humayun Za, Humayunza, and mosque and buildings like Moti Masjid, Katgola Palace, etc. The armory in the Hazarduari Palace was very interesting and displayed a huge collection of guns and swords. I also went to the other side of the Ganges to see the Khos Bagh, where Siraj, the last independent Nawab of Bengal, lies buried. We also availed the chance to visit the adjoining sites of Azimganj, Murshidabad. The famous Jain temples and the Rani Bhavani temple are worth seeing. The carvings on the temple are exquisite, to say the least, as it combines the features of Hindu, Islamic and Buddhist, Buddhist teachings. In contrast with the grandeur of the Islamic tombs, the temple of Rani Bhavani, Bhavani, reveals subtlety, subtlety, complexity, and richness of ornamentation. I was really enriched by the visit. History came alive in front of my eyes. Page 453. Word notes. Aura, A-U-R-A, Poribesh. In a shambles, Dhongshasthup. Metallurgy, Dhatuvidya. Antiquity, Prachinotto. Mosque, Masjid. Ornamentation, Olonkaran. Artisan, Karigor. Indelible, Omochonio. A visit to a hill station. Points. Introduction. Your fondness of visiting hill stations. Descriptions of your visit. Conclusion. I celebrated life during a refreshing visit to a hill station. It was more enjoyable because it was in summer. I have already visited a couple of hill stations where I enjoyed the beauty of the mountains, the loveliness of nature, and the grandeur of rivers and waterfalls. They are all in the lap of nature, far from the madding crowd, and pollution of densely populated cities. A poetic person, while visiting a hill station, feels, There is music in all things, comma, if man had ears. Next line. The earth is but the music of the spheres. Stevenson. Last summer, I had an opportunity to visit Shimla, Simla, with my mother. I looked outside through a window of the train. I saw the mountains were bathed, bathed in the glory of the rising sun. Everything looked majestic. I felt a joyous invitation of Shimla in my heart. The following day and then through the weekend we visited places in Shimla. It was once the summer capital of the government of India during the British rule. Now it is the capital of Himachal Pradesh. On these visits, we enjoyed the beauty and freshness of Shimla. We also went for horse riding and excursions. To our disappointment, Scandal Point or the Ridge, RIDGE, was overcrowded. There was a steep rise that took us from the ridge to Jakhu, Jakhu, a mountain peak having very tall trees. As the legend goes, it is believed that Hanuman had fetched FETCHED Sanjeevani SANJEEVANI for Lakshman from here. The song of the birds, the whisper of the leaves echoed the ecstasy of nature. A scented freshness filled the air. We also snow-skated, SNOW-SKATED at Kufri, KUFRI. It is 10 kilometers from Shimla. I also took photographs to capture the beauty of Shimla. The days sped by. As we left Shimla, I realized that the sweet memory of this visit would never desert me. Word notes, celebrated, udjapon korechilam, refreshing, tortaja, grandeur, mohima, music of the spheres, Gagoner Shongit, majestic, Rajokiyo. A visit to a seaside town points. Introduction, destination, reached the seaside town, descriptions of natural beauties and your feeling, visit of other sites, conclusion. A vast expanse of shimmering sand and glittering water under the azure sky. The ocean always beckons, BECKONS. Thus, I was really excited when I came to know about a family trip being planned to a quiet, peaceful and picturesque PICTURESQUE town called Mondarmoni, located on the shores of the Bay of Bengal. We started off at dawn and reached our destination, Resort Taragamala, at noon.